Board Chair for Healthcare for the Homeless Houston, on behalf of the Board of Directors and on behalf of HHH, we want to welcome you as we celebrate the opening of HHH's new headquarters and clinical location. This has been an endeavor that has been made possible because of all of you, private donors, community leaders, community advocates. And this is a very momentous day, and it's a new chapter for this organization. And we couldn't be prouder about what this building has become and what it will be in the future as we serve the members of this community. We're going to start off today with a very special speaker. 6 years ago, I met Dr. David Buck. And to say that he is one of the most inspirational people I've ever met would be an understatement. He has dedicated his life to serving the poor, the homeless, the indigent, those who are invisible to many in our society. And it is his vision that has made this organization what it is today. I'm so proud and honored to introduce to you my friend and the founder of Healthcare for the Homeless Houston, Dr. David Buck.
That's very touching. And this whole thing obviously is very moving. Someone that helped us get started years ago, a medical student, Toshi Nakaido, his parents came in from Dallas, and I was so moved to see that they came this way with one of the leaders that helped us get started. This is a great moment for our community. Today we celebrate our whole community, not just the community with access, with voice, power, or resources, but those who struggle to survive, who could just as easily be us. How do we treat those who have been given so few resources? We all experience moments where we are under-resourced, or what challenges us, where we are not at our best, where we've been at our low point. None of us are beyond struggle. It may have different meanings for each of us, yet it is a common experience of being human. We celebrate today because as a community we have aligned resources, not for the interests of a few, but for the good of a greater whole. I met Friday with Rice's Stephen Kleinberg and shared with him today's event. He quoted one of sociology's 3 thought leaders, Max Weber. He asked if the routinization of charisma had occurred yet for HHH. I had to think about this. What does this mean? Charisma comes from the word charism, a divinely given gift or power. Routinized means to have these values become routine or a part of the structure of HHH. I thought back to an experience 31 years ago that changed my life and helped direct my passion when I had the privilege of working with Mother Teresa and her clear and concise value to love one person at a time. This was her charism, her value that has affected us and affected the way we structured HHH. Loving one person at a time is an aspirational goal, one that I fail frequently. But what a vision and charism she had. So is HHH ready to accept the responsibility for this new and beautiful building? Has it made routine these core values? I reflect on the structure of HHH that includes the homeless, with whom we will hear shortly. How they are a part of the governance of HHH and has helped us keep true to our mission. I think of the structure and design of the medical clinic that integrates behavioral health into each visit, not just a resource for a few, but full primary care for each person. Everyone deserves this model. We can reflect on the structure of our care plans called Goal Negotiated Care that is by nature patient-centered and helps us focus on patient needs and goals rather than our goals, medical goals, or arbitrary third-party goals. We can think of the structure of our reorganized Quality and Effectiveness Committee of our board. We are still open to reinventing ourselves to provide the best care and a structure to enable that care to occur. In fact, these structures give the expectation that high-quality care will occur. They don't guarantee anything. We must still strive to be present with each encounter, be able to admit to ourselves when we have failed, to reach our aspirations or values when we have not been true to our calling. We have made many structures to create routines, helping promote that charism, that caring, loving each person. Structures that look at quality in a systematic way. I think we are ready, but I have to ask the homeless if they are still willing to show us the way, to teach us and let us know when and where we lose the way. I think we are ready for this giant step. I'd like to introduce the CEO of HHH, Francis Isbell, who helped us get here.
This has been a long journey, and I want to ask you to give a handout for Bill Boyce. He has been my partner in crime as we have led this effort in raising this building and has been with us every step of the way. He's our chair emeritus. There are so many people that we need to thank that when we started going through the list, all I'm going to do is say thank you to all of you, as Scott did. We were scared that there would be somebody we would leave off, but I can't tell you how humbled I have been throughout this process. I say often to people that if you just read, the newspapers or you listen to the news, everybody seems to think that we've lost our way as a culture, that everybody's in it for themselves, everybody is self-focused, and that has not been my experience. It hasn't been my experience with this project. It hasn't been my experience for the last 18 years that I've helped lead this organization. People have had an outpouring of money, time, talent, resources. Our in-kind contributions are just incredible. People giving so much of themselves. So thank you to everyone for that. I want to also recognize Andy Icken, who is here from the city of Houston. Andy found this building for us. So when we were going around kind of crazy trying to find a place, Andy found this particular building for us. Mandy Chapman Simple is here. She is also from the city and for Corporation for Supportive Housing, helped shepherd this process and helped us to receive the initial grant from the state, which was part of the Healthy Community Collaborative grant, and that grant helped purchase the building. So thank you to everyone. Everybody here has helped to contribute to what we've been able to accomplish. I'm going to introduce someone now that is very special to us. A couple of weeks ago, we had a blessing of this building, and it was an ecumenical blessing. We had representatives from the Jewish faith, the Muslim faith, from the Christian faith, from the Buddhist faith, and they gathered here to bless this building. Charlotte Garner is the current chair of our Consumer Advisory Board, and as Dr. Buck talked about, that's a very important aspect of who we are. Homeless people guide us. This committee has guided us in terms of what this building needed to look like. How do we welcome it? How do we make sure that this building is inviting and welcoming? And Charlotte was here at that blessing. And she is also an aspiring poetess, and wrote a poem about the blessing. And so we've asked her to read that poem.
Good morning, God bless you all. I thank all of the people who have played a part in my life from HHH for getting me to this place that I am now. Inspiration comes from God, and I dare not be remiss in my duties in recognizing the fact that there are other CAB members here, Consumer Advisory Board members. I would like to recognize Deidre Young, who is our regional rep for the Region 6 and 8, which encompasses Louisiana, Tennessee. I would like to thank Andrew Brown, who is our representative to the board. I would like to thank Chuma Akbar, who is also the alternate to that position. And I would like to recognize Tara Moore, who is our communications liaison and keeps us all in touch. Now, I was flabbergasted and blown away, and God gave me this poem from that experience that she says. It's called Blessing in Unity. Had you asked the general consensus, they would have said it could never be. But I witnessed with my own eyes various denominations in unity. Islam, Catholic, Buddhist, Baptist, Muslim, Rabbi, and Christian chaplaincy all gathered together in one place to pray for those considered the dregs of society. A mission of mercy so great to spread health, hope, and dignity. United people of all faiths. Now this is a revelational victory. The desire of the human heart to help those in need was on display for all to see. Each in turn, in their own way, raised hope, faith, well wishes to bless what this place would be. The new location for healthcare of the homeless Houston has been blessed to the umpteenth degree, just as all who work and serve, caring for those like you and me. As we join hearts and hands, we're filled with joy and glee. We give glory, honor, and praise, thanks, and adoration, O God, unto thee. Thank you for your attention.
Charlotte's a star. She was on Channel 26 just about an hour ago. I would like to invite Leah Olive from Councilmember Gallego's office.
Good morning. My name is Leah Olive Nishioka. I am here today to represent Councilmember Robert Gallegos. And he sends his regrets that he was unable to be here today, but is so excited for this wonderful grand opening that's going to serve so many. This is such a great milestone that's been reached by Healthcare for the Homeless Houston. Councilmember admires all that you do and all that you will do for the homeless community, and would like to present to you this certificate from him. It reads, Houston Councilmember Robert Gallegos commends and congratulates Healthcare for the Homeless Houston for the grand opening of their new headquarters and clinic Healthcare for the Homeless Houston, founded in 1999, continues to serve as the only standalone federally qualified health center in Houston that provides care exclusively to homeless patients, solidifying their role as an essential safety net. The comprehensive services are unduplicated and fill a gap that is crucial for systematically combating homelessness. January 20th, 2016.
So that concludes the spoken part of our ceremony. Now we're going to cut the ribbon. We have a great problem, and that our challenge, that is, if so many people have shown up, it's going to be hard to take one group around. So can I ask all of the staff to raise your hands so that you can see who they are. So what I would suggest is that you take your time. There's 3 floors, and we've got people from our change committee who know this building. And so all of us can answer any questions and help guide you through the tour rather than just take one at a time. So with that, Scott, Bill, Dave.
You want to move it over?
Yes.
We're adjusting for photos, sorry. We're gonna move it this way. Okay.